Okay. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Okay. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Schools Out podcast with me, your host, formerly known as Miss Johnson, but you can call me Ashley. And today I have my friend here with us, former teacher. I don't even know what they used to call you in school.
Just Reynolds.
Okay, just Reynolds. No, mister. I like that. He's a cool teacher, as you can tell by the hat backwards. You understand what I'm saying? So, I have my friend Mike here, formerly known as Reynolds, okay? And we're just going to talk about our experiences. My friend Mike was a teacher for how long?
Um, I was zero 5 years. Um, yeah, 5 years on the head. I started in 2020, COVID year, which is crazy. So I started in August, and everything got shut down in March,
Right.
and that was the start of virtual school and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different for the first like 2, 3 years. Then by year 4, 5, it just got out of hand by then.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Got out of hand. So I started my last stint in 2020 as well. So I was in a school, working in a high school, up until the pandemic hit. And then I switched jobs completely after the pandemic hit, but I was still working in the school. Um, and that whole transition of being in school and then out of school and back in school was wild. That was wild. Can you talk a little bit more about that, like specifically?
Yeah. So when we went virtual, in the kids' mind, they didn't go to school.
No more school.
So you'll try to get on a little Zoom call. You didn't have to turn your mic or your camera on. I taught high school, so you didn't have to turn your mic or your camera on. So they'll just turn the camera on, log in, and then they'll just be there. Well, the camera will be there, and they'll be doing God knows what. I know specifically one time somebody didn't unmuted. When they logged in, they didn't have their mic muted, and I could hear them playing 2K and having interactions with people on the headset, and they were playing 2K. And I'm trying to get his attention to say, "Hey, I can hear you," but he has the headset on playing 2K. So stuff like that. Parents, there somebody might have a camera on. Parents walking by. Parents doing stuff on camera that you shouldn't probably be doing on camera. Uh, at a school setting, you do what you want to do in your own time, in your personal time. That's your business. But this is technically their classroom, and you're doing God knows what. I don't want to make it seem like nobody was doing nothing too wild, but just say let's say like walking past drinking a beer. That's not classroom etiquette, but since they're home, they're at home. So it kind of got them in the mindset that they're not in school anymore. So for that next, I don't know what, 3, 4 months, and then the start of the following school year, it was kids in their head they were on summer break for like 8 months.
Literally. Literally. I remember it so well. I remember feeling like I was flexing a little bit because I'm like, I learned how to do my job remotely. So don't play with me. It can be done remotely. Don't play with me. But um but getting back into the school was like, what are we doing? Are we here too soon? Like the mask, you know what I'm saying? Like all of it, it was so much. And then like pandemic brain is a thing. I feel like me personally, like everything was different after the pandemic. So you really couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we just went through a pandemic. Get out of my face. That's how I feel. Like we can't do nothing the same. Like nothing can be the same. That's just the mindset that I was in, and I feel like a lot of people also adopted that mindset. Specifically the kids. They can't be told nothing now. Like you know what I'm saying? Y'all done let me be home for this. Like no. Respectfully, no. Like their parent is now their teacher and or they're their own teacher or there just is no teacher, there is no school. Like they really felt like it was all a joke, and it kind of was. Low-key, it kind of was. No shade, it was a joke. I was like, we're here too soon, and this is a hot mess. What are we doing? and what is life at this point is how what it was given. Um, so 5 years in high school only. Okay, one school. That's beautiful. Do you know how many schools I was at in 5 years?
I heard horror stories, but no, I only had one school in 5 years.
That's a flex. I feel like you just shitted on me. Me personally, shitted on.
You can call it a flex, or you can call it they need you.
Okay, I love that. Look at the teacher. You're such a
No,
teacher, bro.
no, not even say the kids needed me. The school system needed me.
Yeah.
That particular school, it was one of those schools.
Yeah.
So like we had a lot of turnover, and fun. Just another story.
Uh-huh.
We take a school picture at the beginning of the year in the gym, and you do it by seniority. So the new teachers are at the bottom,
Okay.
and they work your way up.
Okay.
My first year I was in the first row. My second year I was on the third row. My third year I was on the fifth row. By year four I was damn near near the top. So the turnover was crazy. Like every new year, we probably got 20, 25 new teachers. So I want to say I enjoyed the school I taught at, greatest high school ever.
Okay.
However, teaching and dealing with parents, kids, administration, life, it's a lot. It's a lot. So no shade to the school,
Right.
but I was there because I did love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did. I love the school. I didn't necessarily love the profession, love the job.
Right.
I love my kids, but I just needed something different.
I got you. I totally understand. Now, my question now though is because you said that they needed you, was there guilt that you felt when you were trying to like leave? Oh, he said hell no. Immediately.
Nah, hell no. At the end of the day, it's a job,
Okay.
and it's like everybody had a friend that you love, that you have so many memories with, but you just love them from a distance. And that's how I feel about with the particular high school I dealt with. I probably won't ever. I ain't gonna say never. I'm not gonna go back to teaching. I don't plan to go back to teaching.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Okay.
I ain't never gonna say nothing. I don't know. Let's say get my master's, become a professor or something like that. That's different.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself going into like a public school system again. I can't fade it.
I feel you.
I can't fade it.
Okay. Is there a moment that you felt like, no, this is it? I'm done. I'm like, this was like a breaking point moment, like, you know.
A breaking point moment. I think it was just a lot going on at the school, and I'm not gonna put nobody names in here because I don't want to shade no one. But it was just a lot going on. We had three principals in 5 years. A lot of administration changes, teacher changes, people in my department leaving. A lot going on. Kids, school, life, just everything. And this is the I went to my administrator. He a cool dude, love him to death to this day. Every time I see him, it's nothing but love.
Okay.
I went to him and I said, I wanted to quit this morning. I don't know if I can make it through the week. Like every day I come in here, I want to quit. I said, do you have anything that you could give me to make me not quit? I'm just looking for a glimpse of hope. Anything. Like, we about to make it to the summer. It's probably March. So in school terms, March don't sound like late, but that's late in the year. Your year almost basically over
Yes.
in March.
Like, we
You
love
looking on April, and then by April, the school year's over. So I asked him, do you have anything, just something, a glimmer of hope? He's an older black gentleman, been in school for a long time. He from the same area I'm from. So it's like I thought we got a good rapport.
Okay.
He told me, think about it like this. You in year 5. You can graduate. I said graduate. You can retire in 25 years. That's what he told me.
That was supposed to be the glimmer of hope.
I don't know if that's what he thought it was, he a old school dude, whatever that might be. But bro, I said I want to quit today, and you're talking about 25 years later. And I said that's if that's the one thing I have to look forward to. Nah, bro, I can goddamn excuse my friend. I could do so much other stuff. Maybe it don't pay as much. Maybe it do pay as much. But no, I got I need something else but retirement.
Yeah,
That's so far away, bro.
yeah. That's
I'm not gonna make it.
100%. Yeah.
I might die.
I mean,
No, no,
hello.
no. Seriously, like car accidents. It's so many. No, God forbid. Knock on wood.
Right, right,
It's
right.
so many ways to die. I could die before retirement. Never see that 401k.
Yeah.
Then I'm hit.
That's a crazy response. If I'm being honest, I would have quit just because of that response. I would have been like, yeah, we're done. We're done. We can wrap it up. Don't worry about it. That's crazy. Wow. Um, gross. Really. Truly gross.
I'm not gonna shame him because or put no smut on his name just because that's my boy. He ain't never did me wrong. He always looked out for me. Made my transition from I never took a teaching class. My degree not in teaching. I didn't plan to be plan to be a teacher.
Okay.
I just had a job one day and I was a teacher 2 weeks later. So my transition, he helped my transition into just being confident enough to be in front of the room and commanding the room and letting me know it's gonna be okay. You're gonna have growing pains, everything's like that. So I'm never gonna downplay him. But in that moment right there, I was like, if that's the best you got, then yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. I feel you on that. For me, I feel like I have a similar story. I didn't go to school for teaching. You know what I'm saying? I went to school for social work. But I wanted to use that degree in the school, and I just was gonna get in there however I could get in there. So it started off as like long term subbing, and then it just was all of these things, and then I got out of the classroom by doing I'm not going to say what I was doing, but I was a contractor for schools, and I was able to work with their social emotional stuff, and that was more my bag because I'm like, yes, this is social work, this is it. And another perk of me wanting to be in that system in the first place was the breaks. You know what I'm saying? The breaks, the getting off at 3:30, you know the things that make it kind of like not so awful. But like you said, everybody is fighting and scratching until a certain point in the year. Like we just fighting till May, fighting till spring break, fighting for the next break. And I'm like, how long am I finna fight? How long am I going to fight? Because I don't like what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? And just like the adopting of other people's mindsets and habits because you in a place, it's like nature versus nurture type shit, like I feel this way on my own, but when I'm in school I'm behaving totally different, because of the environment. It's almost like survival type skills and behavior. Can you relate to that?
Survival. I don't want to call it survival.
Okay.
I don't know what I want to call it, but I do understand what you're saying. Like every day is a challenge. Is a different challenge every day. And I kind of okay, I'm kind of with you on the survival, but I don't want people to think that it's like life or death.
Yeah, no.
It's not. Survival as in when you survive and you're trying to get to that next point. So for some people it might be spring break. I just got to get to spring break. For some people, I got to just get till tomorrow. I got to get till Friday. I got to get till this. It's like I just got to get to this next point. But you fight, like you saying, you're not physically fighting, emotionally and mentally fighting until that point. Till I would get off work, wouldn't listen to music on the ride home, wouldn't talk to nobody, get home. I just want to be in quiet and peace and just away from the physical emotional noise, if that makes sense.
100%. 100%. Me personally, like, I guess because my job was what it was. And I guess everybody's job is what it is, right? And then like you have certain students that regard you in certain ways, certain kids that are seeking you out every day. You know what I'm saying? You specifically. And like same with me. As soon as I stepped into the school building, I'm needed immediately. I have not put nothing down. I have not signed in yet. Everybody needs something. Clothes, shoes, food, first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even get a moment to myself. These lights is tearing my eyes up. I'm like I'm just trying to be okay. And that whole thing about like trying to make it to that next point in time, that next break, that next whatever, it's like which version of you is getting there though? Like, you know what I'm saying? The tired, worn out, weary version. Probably not your best self. And that's what I mean mostly about surviving. Like, school can be what it is. I mean, life's what you make it. You know what I'm saying? But it is emotional work. It's emotional work. You know what I'm saying? Like you have all of these kids that just need something from you. All of these adults that expect something from you. Administration, that's a whole nother monster. And hope you got a good one. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's administration ain't great. And that's largely. So it's like which version of me is coming to the mat right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't liking her. I wasn't feeling her. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I was like, you're being like your best self at work, but then you bringing your worst shit home. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking crazy to my partner. Why? Why? Because I'm stressed. I am stressed out. Like, you out of your head. I'm past the mic.
Just piggybacking on everything you said, I can 100% agree. Um, you know, I do a lot of work outside of work, and I work with my dad, and that's a double-edged sword in itself. Just because you can probably imagine, we bump heads a lot because we're a lot alike, but we work the best together because we're a lot alike. So I'll go to school, work at school, then come to a job that we working at, and I'm taking out my frustration on my job on my dad, and it's like that's my pops. Like I talk to him every day, and to the point where we're like arguing, not talking, and stuff like that. Uh, Dealing with people at the time, taking it out on them, arguing with them, taking it out on the kids. On the kids. That'll be 100%. You might not have did something that earned this response from me, but I've been getting hit by rocks all day. So I'm sorry, you're gonna get hit by a boulder right now. And I apologize. I'll come back and apologize later. But at that moment, like you saying, you're not giving your best self. Your most polite, your most patient, your most mannerable. Yes, you are being professional. However, you're not giving your best self.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So for me, the end of it all kind of became apparent to me when I started verbalizing. I can't do this no more. When I say it, it's we in a whole nother ballpark now. Cause like I can think some stuff. I think a lot of things, but like once I say it, boy, you might as well call it a prayer. I didn't put it out there now. It's we here now. So I was saying, I might have mentioned this in my last episode. There's always like a push to try to figure out or remember the why you got into this in the first place, right? Like when you go to professional developments, they're like, think about that one kid that, the reason why you're here, trying to hype you up. And when I was at my last school, I couldn't find the kid. I couldn't find the kid. I was like, there's not one child in here that makes this feel worth it for me. I love y'all. Not enough for this though. You know what I'm saying? And that was like my come to Jesus moment. I was like, okay, you got to reevaluate some things. And I thought about it. I'm like, I don't even like the school that I'm at. But are you finna go to another school? When I asked myself that question, and the answer was no.
And people also, you get comfortable.
Mhm.
And I, not I, because I did get comfortable. That's out there 5 years.
Right. I mean,
I've never been in a job longer than a year and a half up until that point
preach.
on my life.
Literally.
And not to even, I've had a lot of jobs in my
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
But you get comfortable when you look at it in grand schemes while you going through it.
Mhm.
It's like you're running up Mount Everest. But when you look back and look at it, you at school for 9 months and like 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and you get 12, 10 holidays off,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you still got sick time,
Mhm.
and you can finesse days if you know what you're doing
Mhm.
type deal. So you get cool with the schedule, and then you get cool with the kids, and then the kid might be in 10th grade and they say, oh man, stay one more year just till I graduate. Or you get cool with the parents, and then the
Mhm.
parents have two, three, four kids.
Mhm.
And then you get embedded into, now you the coach of something, or you the sponsor of this and this, and now you invested.
Mhm.
And a lot of people do get comfortable. You look, like you saying, you look up and then you've been there 10 years.
Mhm.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I know in my years, I've seen people been there for a long time.
Mhm.
And when I look at it, they like, no, I looked up and it was this many years. And I looked up, it was this many years. And it's like, I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be that just look up and all these years just pass me by.
Mhm.
All I got to remember is the kids.
Mhm.
It's like you get lost in the
Yeah.
kids. I don't even got no kids.
Hello. Hello. And I feel like that's why it works for people like us sometimes, because we don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? And we can kind of do all of the pouring that we do in that space, and then come home and not have to worry about nobody's kids. Like, it's there's a perk to that. I literally couldn't imagine having children during this job. Like, no, absolutely not. Wow. A bad parent immediately, and not even on purpose. Like, yeah, but I'm stressed. I'm too stressed for that. So yeah, that's that's so crazy. I mean, I'm appreciative of what you've shared today. Thank you so much, Reynolds. Come on now. This has been enlightening. Let me see. Let's end with, I don't know. Do you have any like wild story? Any like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's just end on
Um,
that note.
I'll do a wild story and then I'll do something good just because I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on
I
them
love
all the
that.
time and my school and all that.
Hmm.
But I got hella stories, but I'll just give one that just sit with me a lot.
Okay.
I had two female students that were they were my students.
Okay.
Everybody have your students. I was their like trusted adult.
Yes.
Everybody know if something happened with them, let me know.
Hmm.
I'll come get them, make
Hmm.
sure they good type deal. Bro, they telling me all day that they about to get the fight, and I'm talking them out of getting the fight. I'm like, look, y'all already been in this. We trying to build y'all a different image, and they one of the ones that be in stuff, and I'm like, y'all, they own y'all because y'all are in stuff.
Right.
If you stop being in stuff, they'll let you breathe some.
Hmm.
So we've in the last, I don't know, month or so, we've been turning things around.
Okay.
Some two girls, one they cousins.
Okay.
I know I sound country when I say cousins.
Listen, we from Richmond.
Um, but they cousins, and when I they come to me like, hey Reynolds, these girls trying to fight us like we ain't trying to fight them. Woody woody woo. I'm like, all right, just stay in my classroom. Y'all'll be all right. I'll tell y'all teachers do. So it's lunchtime, lunch over. They about to go to their last class of the day. They get to scrapping not far away from my classroom because, like I'm saying, they coming out of my
Okay.
classroom. They get to scrapping not far away from my classroom. I broke up like one or two fights before this,
Hmm.
and I got hit one time, and one of my earrings got gone one time. So I'm like, I'm not finna break up no fights. Like this ain't what it is, no more. So, but these my girls, and I'm not let you go and fight my girls, right? So boom, uh, they get to fighting. I start to break them up. One of the girls, she probably like 14, 15, 16, maybe a buck 20.
Okay.
She hit me in the face, boom. But it's like a girl. It's a little young girl. It's like, oh, I got hit in the face, type deal. I'm not tripping. 10 minutes later, literally 10 minutes, I've been punched in the face. I de-escalated the fight. All this happened. 10 minutes later, admin come into my room to observe me. I could have punched him in the face. I do not think, I don't want nobody to believe that I'm a violent person. I should have punched that man in the face. I just got punched in the face. And then you going to come observe me after you just know I broke up and de-escalated a fight.
Yeah.
I was so teed. That's probably one of the moments I'm like, bro, this isn't real life.
Right.
Y'all, come on, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah. Terrible timing. Terrible.
So, but on a good note, no, I love all my kids. Not all my kids. All my kids got a different place in my heart. Some of the kids, I got a couple kids like, nah, you was not my favorite person.
Right.
I'm not gonna talk bad on you, but no, you're not my favorite person. All my other kids that I can still go to the school today, and then I taught around here, so I see them at the Food Lions, the Walmarts. And when I go out, I know they parents. I grew up with some of their uncles and stuff like that. So now I got one of my students. I just got his number. He off for the summer. He about to come help me on jobs and stuff like that.
Oh, what's up?
So no, I still keep up with all my kids. I follow them on the gram and stuff like that after they graduate though.
Yeah.
After they graduate. Follow them on the gram. My kids that play sports, like in college and stuff like that, I try to go to their games, get jerseys and stuff like that. So I try to still support. I'm not in the classroom no more, but I started to still show love and be a person that young people can lean on. Because I had somebody like that when I was their age.
100%. I love that. I love that.
And thank you for this, man. We got to do this again sometime. You know, I be busy, so we'll find some time.
We will. I appreciate you, Mike. Y'all get in touch with my guy. This is Mike. What's your Instagram? Where they can find you at? Or your business? Like,
my business page, M Square Handyman Service on Instagram. Interior, exterior, residential stuff. I got a small team, so we're not doing real big projects right now. But still tap in. I got other people that I subcontract our work to. I got other people that do business with me that I can reach out and link y'all together. M Square Handyman Services. The personal is Mike with dreads. I don't got dreads on my. I still ain't changed my name. I ain't been on the gram in probably about since the new year. So look, follow me and hit me up. I do check the business page though. I do check the business page. I don't check the personal, but I do check the business page. So yeah, hit up at M Square Handyman Services.
Period. Thank y'all so much. This has been another episode of Schools Out Podcast. My name is Ashley. You can call me Ashley, formerly known as Miss Johnson, and this is Mike. Follow me at Schools Out the Podcast on Instagram, and we'll see y'all next time.